Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fisherman's Wingman. We are fishing Modderfontein. Okay, so here we learn to land a fish, how to land a fish. The first thing is you're going to need to locate the fish at the end of the line via policeman or leader line. You lead the fish into the net head first, you lift out of the water safely and then lower onto a wet landing mat, unhook and release safely. Okay, so Modderfontein requires you to use a landing mat as it is a nature reserve, and this fish here, it flops around a lot, so without that landing mat the fish can injure itself on pieces of debris that's fallen from the trees and everything like that. So the main purpose of a landing mat is to protect the fish from the ground. As you see, we wet it just to clean it up before we take a nice picture of it and clean that wound with the disinfectant spray, and that just provides the fish with some extra benefits that it doesn't get infected, and you guys can catch this fish at Modderfontein again. And there we go, there's the beautiful picture. We catch two fish on two different rods within the space of a minute, and we minimized the time the fish are out of the water as much as we could by putting the fish back into the water with the other net and then bringing it back onto the landing mat so we can unhook it safely. And as you see, they are pretty decent sized fish. The one fish had a bit of a defect. The mouth was almost like it was closed. So if you do catch it at Modderfontein, take a nice picture of it and maybe we can give it a name. And as you see, the landing mat is very wet, so that is very, very important for the slime and the fish to keep its scales. Okay, so what we do after we've inspected it and sprayed all of the injuries, if it's got injuries on the side of it, anything like that, and then we put it back into the water. So we lower it into the water, we allow the fish just to regain the water in its gills and the oxygen in its gills, and we do the same with this fish. And because the fish weren't out of the water for very long, they were very quick to swim away. Let me take you through my setup. So I use a inline spring method with a one barbless hook as per requirements, with lockdown juice, band lick. I've got Raja floats as well as the Raptor stickies that I put one Raja and one sticky on with a 2 kg hook link. I let it sit for 10 minutes and recast it. I rebait every 30 minutes, give or take the bite time. And yeah, there we go. Let me take you through my bait setup. quickly. So I'm using a big cage with a 3 kg sensation hook link on this one, with a nice Daiwa hook. Not too sure what the size is, but it is quite a decent size. Okay, so get a handful of my mealy bomb. So I was using Coniflex fluoro feed, as it's got fluoro in for the muddy water. So you take it and you compress it into the spring, and you make it nice and compact. It is quite wet, so that's why I do allow it to dry a bit as well. I then take some Banlick and I apply it to the top so it runs down, and I can rub it in at a later stage. I then take some Coniflex lockdown juice and I drizzle it over the top of the Banlick and the mealy bomb. I then lower it onto my little topiki I have there. I am using the Raja float and a small piece of the Raptor sticky. I like the Raptor sticky as it stays on the hook a lot longer than the floats do. So I hook the sticky first, and then I hook the Raja float, and then I put it in the ball and I rub all of the Coniflex and the Banlick together and let it dry. End result, 21 fish, so can't complain there. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.